Hello, this is Reb Yoseph Schreiber coming to you from the land of Israel. This week is Parshas Noach, and it deals with the Great Flood. And after the Great Flood, Noach leaves the ark. It seems to be a minor story, and he starts to behave like a man of the soil. Noach is reckoned as a tzaddik, perhaps a great one, and it uses the word vayachal. It started, but it also means he profaned himself. He started to act in a crude way. He planted grapes, he made wine, he got drunk, and then he went into his tent and he laid down naked. He had no clothes on. His son Ham sees what he is doing and he has a good laugh on him, and he points it out to his brothers Shem and Yafet. Let them get in on a good thing too. But Shem is not entertained by it. Quite the contrary. He covers his father up with a blanket, and he's very careful not to look at the obscenities that he is doing. The basic idea is that there is no tzaddik in the world that will do good and will not sin, that we all have human frailties. And basically the idea is that we're not supposed to search them out. We're not supposed to, the words of Pirkei Avot, try to see our friend at the time of his disgrace. It's considered a great sin, and putting it in an opposite way, one of the sages of the Talmud, when his students asked him why did he merit to have a long life, he responded, among other things, was that he did not seek self-aggrandizement, but through the degradation of one of his friends. Okay. Nevertheless, you do have the idea of, certainly you do have a feeling in Noah, certainly people do have feelings. What is the way that this is supposed to be handled? And you get a hint of that in the story of the Tower of Babel, which is at the conclusion of the book of Noah, where, at least according to the Midrash Rabbah, generally they're considered as bad. The people are in rebellion against heaven. They want to make war on heaven. And they, as a symbol of the word, they make this huge tower and they put an idol on top of it with a sword in his hand. So to speak, they're letting God know what they think of him. And God sees what's happening and he stops the project. The basic idea is that when you have a sin or a problem that becomes huge and widespread, then destruction is the appropriate response. When you're talking about smaller sins, the basic idea, it's in Psalm 141, where King David prays that he should be struck in the spirit of kindness by a righteous person, and that he should reprimand him, and that oil for his head should not be lacking, so to speak, that the flame of his intelligence, he should have a good burn on his head, he should have a good head, his head should always be fueled, and that he should not stumble in the ways of the wicked. The idea is of someone who's kind and wise, kindly letting a person know where their weak points are and where there are, shall we say, opportunities for improvement. Essentially, these are both learned out from the story of Noah, where he curses the progeny of Ham, saying that they'll be the lowest of servants, saying that the person who really enjoys the disgrace of another will sink to a very low level. And on the contrary, with Shem, he gives him a blessing, saying he blesses the God of Shem, meaning that he will, from him will come the people of religion. And Rashi says that this refers that he was given, because of the blanket, the mitzvah of a talis and tzitzis. The idea is that someone who really seeks not to see the degradation or the shame of his friend will ultimately be clothed in religion and will receive constant reminders of God's will. Shabbat Shalom. Ay-shet Chayil miyimsa barako mipnimnim mikra batak balev bala bashalo lo yaksar v'malsu tova lo ra kol yemei hayaha darshat samer ufishtin v'tas b'chapetz kapeha haisaka oni yotzocher mi merkak tovi lachma v'takam bi'od laila v'titent eres l'vesa v'chok da'oroseya samamasate v'tikachehu v'pri natakorem o hagra bios masneya v'tam mitzoroseha tamakito sakra lo yikbe v'laila ne'ra yadeya shilka v'kishon v'kapeir tabu faleg Kapap Arsalioni Vayadeya Shilka Le'evyon Losir Levesa Mishale Kiko Besa Lavushanim Marvadim Asasala Sheish Va'argaman Lavusha No Debesharim Bala Veshivto Im Zikde Aretz Sadim Asasavatim Kor Vachagar Nasna Lakanani Oz Vadar Lavusha Vatiskat Liyom Acharon Pia Posva Vachachma Visoras Chesed Al Lashona Sophia Halikos Pesa Lakam Atzlutz Lo Sochil Kamuvane Yavrashrua Bala Vihala La Rabos Panos Asuchayo Viat Alis Al Kulana Sheker Hachain Vehevel Hayofi Isha Yeras Adonoi Iti Salatnula Vipri Yodea Vihalalua Bashari Maasa